Greetings, my name is Christopher Harris. I'm the owner of HK Essentials Incorporated, and we're going to go over part two of leveraging this land. So, earlier, we went through the basics, but I want to get straight and direct to the fundamentals of what's going on here. So, how do we find what we would call some type of land or lot to leverage? We're going to look at key indicators. These indicators include looking for a development or a region, a city, smaller cities, maybe a suburban city that's expanding. We're looking for new construction. And in order to find that type of new construction, you want to make sure you don't have to drive around. You can go online, look at different cities that you're familiar with, and maybe ones that you are unfamiliar with, and go to their current development map online on the actual city website. You also can go into more detail and get at the city's comprehensive plan for, I think it's anywhere from 10 to 15 years. You're able to see what type of growth the city is, they as a whole, are they planning on having. And when we talk about that, we're talking about how that affects the lot, that affects the appreciation, whether or not the lot is going to grow in appreciation or not, whether or not you're buying that lot at a really good area for a really good price. So why owner financing? Earlier, I talked about owner financing. Owner financing is a great option. It's an option I try to use the most because it doesn't affect any personal credit. I like to make sure that my credit score is extremely high, for personal reasons. Due to the fact that, maybe I want to go, buy a new family house, whatever have you. So I don't like stuff being tied to my personal credit. Owner financing gives you that option, or AKA seller financing. It's also better terms. When you say better terms, you're able to really negotiate what's going on. A lot of the deals that I've done and other business associates have done are deals that don't require you to have any interest rate attached to the loan or to the repayment schedule, and that's really good as far as when you're paying those terms on the debt you owe. If you can't pay cash right out, you won't be paying any interest connected to it a lot of the time. So that's a great option. Faster closing. It's faster closing because usually there's no real estate agent involved. Uh, when you set up that deal, the seller gives you a promissory note and pretty much establishing a repayment schedule. They take it to the title company. As far as different insurances and prime rates and PMI, all these things, a lot of those are taken out of the equation, and it makes things very, very simple and gives you a faster closing time on your deals. An example, Mark has done his due diligence and acquires a 0.25 acre lot through owner financing in a new residential neighborhood for $12,000. He is fresh out of college and did not have the capital in cash, so he negotiated the terms that he must put at least $2,000 down. Mark promises to pay the remainder of the $10K over a 12-month period with no prepayment penalty. I mean, he can pay it off all at once. The seller sets up the repayment schedule, and there you go. They take it to the title company. You sign, a couple, paperwork. Sometimes you don't have to go out. A lot of times nowadays, stuff's on DocuSign and things of that nature. You do it right at home on your computer. And let's talk about profit. Let's get to the meat and bones. So profit. How can I make profit? So once you acquire the property, you let the property build its equity into the property if you haven't already paid it out straight out with cash. And that's when we get into the OPM, using other people's money, and then to the execution phase. So another example, Mark now sits on the property and lets the property appreciate while he pays off his amount owed. A year has passed, and now the property is worth $15,000. So he had that year to pay off the 10. While he's paying off the 10, the property is appreciating in value by $3,000. So he goes to the bank, gets the property reappraised. Property's valued at $15,000. Gets a general contractor out there, get it verified through whatever financing option he uses with the bank. We talked about the FHA one-time closing construction loan, and then he can build. He can build based off the equity he has inside of the land itself. So he owns that land. He leverages that, and the building process is set out with the general contractors and the architect. A great architect I know, his name is Austin. I'll be putting his information, and he has an Instagram. You guys can follow him. He can set you up some drawing plans if you have some ideas, and then you can sell it. Now, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you're able to sell these plans as soon as they're established. As soon as you get the loan, as soon as the general contractor, the architects, they work together to get all the blueprints and everything together, you're able to sell that design as soon as you get it. So we talked about earlier the appreciation, doing your due diligence, figuring out if the environment's lucrative with different CMA reports. This is where the money comes in. You're able to get your portfolio together, get those things together. You're not putting any more money into the deal because you paid for the land. That land has established the building process. You're not paying anything until you move inside the home, or whoever plans on moving inside the home. Now you're able to sell that idea, that design, for, let's say you get it a 3-bedroom, 2-bath built for $210,000, and the property across the street from you doing your due diligence is the same square footage, same type of design, but they just sold their house for $350,000. Now you're able to get the difference between what it costs for you to build it and what you can sell it for, and now you can take that money to the bank. Thank you. I hope you guys have a more clear understanding of how you can make profit off of this idea, whether you're in business, whether you're just doing it through yourself. It doesn't matter. This is a very, very easy way where you can make $20,000 gains, $50,000 gains, $100,000 gains, $150,000 gains. Whatever you feel and how well you do your due diligence will be based on how much money you'll make on these deals. Thank you.